Ethiopia's population is booming, and so is its hunger for electricity. For years, the nation's hopes rested on hydropower, especially the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, an engineering marvel, but also a source of tension and risk. Hydropower depends on rain, and climate change is making rainfall less predictable. A single dry year can plunge factories and homes into darkness. Ethiopia's leaders realized they couldn't rely on rivers alone. The country's ambition to industrialize demands a stable, round-the-clock energy supply. Hydropower fluctuates with the seasons, but industries can't afford to stop when water runs low. The government began searching for a more reliable solution, one immune to drought and climate swings. The answer? Diversify the energy mix. Ethiopia needed a new power source, one that could fuel factories and cities without depending on the weather. That search led to a bold, controversial option: nuclear power. The GERD remains a symbol of national pride, but true energy security would require looking beyond the rivers. Ethiopia's energy puzzle was about to get a new atomic piece. In September 2025, Ethiopia and Russia signed a landmark deal in Moscow. The agreement built Ethiopia's first nuclear power plant, with two massive reactors, each generating 200 megawatts. The plan also considers smaller, flexible reactors for regional needs. But this isn't just about hardware. Russia will train Ethiopian scientists and engineers and help establish a national nuclear science center. For Russia, it's a strategic win, expanding influence in Africa by offering financing, technology, and expertise. For Ethiopia, it's a leap toward energy independence and technological advancement. The deal cements a long-term partnership, with Russia providing not just construction, but knowledge and fuel. Ethiopia is betting big on the atom and on Moscow. Nuclear power promises Ethiopia a stable, powerful energy supply, unaffected by drought or darkness. 2 reactors could add 2,400 megawatts of reliable electricity, transforming the national grid. This is the backbone needed for industrial growth, job creation, and urban expansion. Factories could run non-stop and millions more homes could be electrified. The nuclear partnership also brings a science and technology center, nurturing a new generation of Ethiopian experts. Nuclear know-how could spill over into medicine, agriculture, and advanced research. Radiotherapy for cancer, better food preservation, and resilient crops all become possible. Ethiopia aims to become a technological leader in Africa, not just a consumer of imported goods. The nuclear leap is about more than energy. It's about national transformation. The government sees this as a launchpad into the future. The road to nuclear power is steep and costly. Building and running a nuclear plant costs billions. Money Ethiopia must borrow, likely from Russia, with interest. Long-term expenses include maintenance, fuel, and eventual decommissioning. Safety is paramount. Ethiopia must build a strong, independent regulator and manage radioactive waste for generations. Public trust is another hurdle. Nuclear power stirs fear and skepticism. The government must engage citizens honestly about risks and benefits. Without public support, the project could stall or face backlash. The promise of nuclear energy comes with daunting financial, technical, and social challenges. Ethiopia's nuclear deal with Russia is more than an energy project. It's a geopolitical move. Western nations may see this as Ethiopia drifting from their orbit, risking aid and investment. Russia gains a strategic foothold in the Horn of Africa, strengthening its influence. Ethiopia must balance its new partnership with Moscow against its historic ties to the West. Navigating this diplomatic tightrope will be tricky. For Russia, it's a statement of power. For Ethiopia, a calculated gamble. African nations are increasingly forging their own paths, seeking partners that serve their interests. Ethiopia's choice could reshape alliances across the continent. Ethiopia stands at a crossroads. Success could mean stable power, industrial growth, and a leap into high-tech leadership. Failure could bring crushing debt, safety risks, and diplomatic isolation. The stakes are high. Other African nations are watching closely. Ethiopia's nuclear journey could inspire a wave of atomic ambition, or serve as a warning. The outcome depends on governance, transparency, and technical skill. The nation is betting on its ability to master one of humanity's most complex technologies. Will this be an atomic dawn or a cautionary tale? Watching as Ethiopia writes its next chapter.